filming?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were taking a picture. All right.
Yep.
We got the PK getting hot, ready for dinner tonight. I'm going to start with the corn. This is sweet corn that I have been soaking in water for the last good hour, and also put salt in the water too. I'm just using this right here. This is just some coarse sea salt. So salty water. It seems to work really well when you soak it. The water gets into the husk and keeps it from helps to keep it from burning and charring so much. And I also think it helps steam the corn internally as it's cooking it. So all I did was just trim just the very loose ends of it off there, so that wouldn't be blazing up and catching fire. We got our hot PK grill. I'm going to start with the corn first. Just like that. I like using a little timer just to kind of help keep up with my cook times. I find this little thing is a whole lot easier to deal with than my iPhone, constantly having to open it up and look at it. I just have a timer right here all the time. So we're going to cook these first. Corn usually takes about 30 minutes over the direct heat. I'll cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'm going to continue to rotate it, and then I'll move it over here to the second zone and let it finish up, and then we'll start prepping the grill for the steaks. We got a ribeye and a fillet going on. Just watching my little timer here. We're almost 5 minutes. We're right there. So I usually just roll them about every 5 minutes. You can see how it's starting to char a little bit. We got a lot of heat in there.
How can you put your hand on that?
Well, because you can start off by using your hand, and then you can move to the tongs. So there you go. All right, close the lid up, let it cook. About every 5 minutes, I'm going to rotate it about a quarter now and let it try to evenly cook on all sides of the corn. We've been running 25 minutes on the corn. You can see how it looks. Charge the husk. All right, it should be good. It shouldn't be burnt. Sometimes you have a few little pieces of kernel in there where you let it sit a little too long over the heat. That's a little dark, but that's okay. That is some of the best corn you will ever eat, like that right there.
It really doesn't even need butter.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I mean, you just peel all that husk off there, you're gonna have beautiful corn underneath that. So I'm gonna let that continue to cook a little bit right there, and we're gonna get ready for our steaks. The other thing I'm gonna do is right before we go put the steaks on, I want to put a little bit of oil on there. We keep olive oil around the house. You can use whatever oil you want. It really doesn't matter. But that's going to help create that nice sear on the steak by doing it that way. So we're just going to put a little oil on it. And I've just got my brush, and usually all I do is just kind of do this right here, because I don't want to move the pepper all over the surface of the steak there. But just get a good coating of oil on the surface of the steak. You don't want water and fluid from it being absorbed right before you put it on. So dry it out, and you just want the oil on there. And my hands are clean. I just washed them, by the way. Let me grab my towel. Keep a roll of towels out here on the wall. All right, let's put a little bit more oil on them. Now you can also, some people like to oil the grates. It kind of works the same way, but I think this is probably the best method, is just oiling the steak before you go and you put it on. And this is just the way I like to do it. This is the way I've been learning how to do steaks, and they turn out great every time. That's all I can say, is that they just turn out an excellent cut of meat. They're delicious, they're smoky, you got a good sear on them, and we're going to be shooting for a medium rare. So we're not going for well done. We're not part of the cardboard steak gang around here. We like medium rare. So let's go ahead, and I think the fire's about ready. We're going to throw them on. So we're going to go with the Tate's Hells as the beer as I cook the steaks right here. I love Oyster City Brewing Company. They do not pay me to show their beer on my channel. This is just a beer that I love. We love Apalachicola, Florida. It is a beautiful, small little coastal town in the Forgotten Coast of Florida over by Carabel. So we like going there and we like drinking their beer straight from the brewery there. I've also been drinking their mangrove today. It's really good stuff too. So I'm gonna have me a couple sips of this Tate's Hell, and we're gonna throw the steaks on the PK. So here's Abby's beer choice.
Happy 4th, everybody. This is a Beta Strawberry. You gotta try it. It's so good.
It's good stuff.
It's not too sweet or anything. Really good.
Made over in Louisiana, not too far from us.
Mm-hmm.
What's your koozie there?
Minnie, of course it's Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse, and she matches the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think we are ready to start our sear on the steaks. Have you showed them how good those look?
Of course I showed them.
You did?
Yes.
So I bought these from the Butcher Shop in Pensacola. That's what it's called, the Butcher Shop. They have excellent meats there of all kinds, not just steak, but anything you want. Even exotic meats they got there. So I had them cut this one. I said I wanted 1.5 inches thick. I measured it. It's actually more like 1.75 inches thick. So I don't think they use any kind of like gauge or anything. I think they just eyeball the saw and just run it through there and cut it. Here we go. Let me get I like using my little timer here. I've got it reset to 0.
I want to get the sound.
Oh, wait. Nope. I forgot one thing. Cut. We'll be right back. This was a little trick that I wanted to try on this cook. I've never used it. This is my bacon press. So it's a cast iron weight. I just cover it in foil. I want to put this on top of my steak while it cooks to see if I can help generate a little bit more of the char lines on the steak. Ready?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Start. We're going to go about 1 minute intervals. Look at that. That is awesome. So we're going to do a sear. I'm just going to go visually until I think it looks right, and then we're going to move it off to the cold zone of the grill, close it up, and let it finish off to a good internal temp of around 115, 120 internal. Then we'll pull it. All right, we're at 1 minute. Let's do we're going to do our flip. Actually, we're not going to do a flip. I'm going to rotate, okay? Rotate. All right, we've been rolling for 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and flip our steak. Looking good. We're doing a hot sear, very hot sear.
It smells so good.
You can smell the salt cooking off that beef. It just smells so good. So I'm gonna let it go 1 minute. We're not too far off, and then I'm just gonna rotate it around to kind of help evenly cook it. I'm just checking the internal there.
Don't overcook that one.
Nope, we're not going to. It's only the sear. It hasn't been on long enough to cook all the way to the center. Flip them again. Look at that. It's looking good. pop in the background as people lighting off fireworks.
It's way too early for that.
It's
not dark yet.
All right, we're going to start with mine. We're going to get that fat off of the all right. So we got our sear. It's charred a little bit more than what I wanted to because all those flames there. So we'll look in the middle, and so it's still showing 77, 76, 75. So around 75 internal right there, and mine is around same thing, around 75. So now we're going to go ahead and just close it up, and we're going to let it cook until the center gets to about 115, 120, and then I'm going to pull them off. All right, so Abby's fillet is almost there. 110 degrees. Mine should be ready to pull. It's saying it keeps dropping. 120, 119.8. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the ribeye. I don't want to overdo it. Pull the ribeye. I'm gonna let the fillet go for just a couple more minutes. So there's our fillet. I'm sorry, not fillet, ribeye.
Oh, it smells good.
You can smell that beef, man, that salt. So I'm just gonna cover it up. You want it to rest for 5 minutes, at least, minimum 5 minutes. Gonna let that just sit there like that while we let the fillet get up there. All right, 16 minutes. It did not take long at all. I mean, I've only had the other steak off for like 2 minutes. It's at 122 right there. Check it again right here. So it's time to pull that one right there. So see the kamikaze fly is already in here on it. They know what's going on. A little bit prettier sag right there. Alright, there we go. Prime ribeye.
Yes.
Prime ribeye, prime fillet, ready to go. We'll give them about 5 minutes. We're going to take this inside, take the corn inside, and we're going to cut into it. And I'm going to get the camera and let Abby cut into her steak and see what she thinks. All right, so we got our steaks here ready, but we're going to start with the corn. I want to try a trick that people keep telling me that I haven't done before, an easy way to pull the husk off of the corn. So I don't know if it's going to work for me because it's the first time trying it. I got my cutting board and my knife right here. Let's just grab one. They said if you cut the butt end of it off right here, you should be able to slide all this off. And I did trim the end, so I don't really have a whole lot to grab onto. So let's just try it. I gotta get up here so I can do this. Okay, so there's the butt end of it. I'm not really sure. I'm doing this on the fly. I gotta have something to like hold on to because the corn is up in there. See, I'm not getting it because they said you cut the end off and you just pull everything off. Maybe you got to do this. Maybe you got to do this right here. That corn is still scalding hot. I'm just trying to get it. It's not coming off for me, so I don't know. I'm not really sure, but there we go. See, it didn't pull off. I don't know, maybe cutting the tip of it off is the thing. You got to have something to grab onto here to be able to pull everything off. And I didn't want all that other stuff out here like blazing up and catching on fire. But there's our corn. You see how pretty it is right there?
I cannot wait to eat that.
All right, so do you want this one here?
Yes, I do.
All right, there's yours. And we're gonna go ahead and serve your steak up so that you can try it, and then now we'll show how that looks. All right, so there's a steak. All right, there's Abby's prime filet right there. All right. We are ready to try it.
In the middle. I'm just gonna go a little off.
Cut it wherever you want. Ooh, well, that's
Yep.
looking good.
That's perfect.
Wow, look at that right there. That looks beautiful.
Okay, bite. It's awful.
Always.
I'm gonna hate it.
It's always awful. You
I'm gonna
always
eat
hate
it. I'm gonna eat it, but it's awful. It's great. It's perfectly cooked. I love the salt and pepper on the outside. It stays, which is incredible. It's just so good. It's a good cut of meat.
It looks like it's perfect medium rare.
It is perfect.
Have you another bite? That's why people are here. They're just...
Yep, still awful. It's so good.
All right, so I think we have a winner for the filet, and then there's a little better look at the corn. All right,
Which I'm going to embarrassingly eat in a second.
She asked for
We
2.
will not show
see,
that.
see how we cooked 3? She wanted 2,
That's true.
and I can't even eat 1. And I'm not even going to eat all that steak right there.
No.
I only eat like a quarter of that, and I save it for later. So I think it's my turn now to cut into mine and see how mine turned out.
It really is a good char, too, by the way.
Good.
Well done.
I'm glad you like it.
I'll eat it.
What is it?
You are not supposed to video that. It's so good.
It's good, ain't it? Look at that
It
corn.
doesn't even need butter. I can't believe it. He told me he was going to cook it this way, and I was like, it's so good.
You do not have to have butter on it. I mean, you can if you want all that extra, but it's good just like that. Just cook it just like this guy right here, right on the grill. Here's mine. I just pulled mine. You can see you got a few little burnt kernels where I had a little too long on one side of the heat, but I mean, it's perfect. It's so good. It's so sweet and delicious. Look, she ain't even touching the steak. Look at that steak right there. She's eating the corn.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, I'm getting ready to cut into this ribeye, and she's going to show you what it looks like over here on my end. All right, we all love the real tender outer portion of a ribeye. It's looking really good. I'm going to cut through this little fatty section right here. You can see all the fat right there on that, but that looks... Here, I'm gonna try a little bite of that right there. Delicious. You can get another little slice right through here. We'll go right through the heart of the steak. You see that? It's good. It's got that. We finally got a really good sear on the steak this time. I made sure that we did really, really hot coals for the sear. Medium rare. You can see that thing just a All right, we're gonna have one more bite right here. This little bite right here. That is so good. Pre-season your steaks. Do your salt and pepper at least 4 hours before you cook it. I just do it in the morning and then put it in the fridge and let it sit all day. And then do it just like that. Cook your sear the way you want. Move it off. Let it get up to temp. Delicious steak. So there is our 4th of July meal right there. Corn, fresh grilled prime steak, some beer. And we are going to enjoy our evening, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Happy 4th, everybody.
Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you. Yep.
Are you going already?
I'm going.
Of course you are. Hey guys, I just wanted to send out my thanks, my serious thanks for this. It's a little necklace. Look at that little cork. It's beach glass from the English countryside. So we got this really cute letter, Megan and Devlin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. They say that they love the video, so I'm gonna wear it a lot. And I also put the other one in my rearview mirror. Yes, I stole them both. Thank you. He's not getting one. Thanks, ladies. I appreciate it.